Hey there, welcome to our channel Uniplex. Tsunamis, also known as seismic ocean waves, is one of the most destructive natural disasters that can occur. These giant waves can be created by earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or even meteorite impacts. When a tsunami hits, it can cause catastrophic damage to coastal communities and even cause numerous casualties. Throughout history, many catastrophic tsunamis have occurred that have had lasting effects on the world. Guys, so today we will try to inform you in this video about some devastating tsunami that happened recently. So without delay, let's start today's video. The tsunami that struck Indonesia on January 4, 2018, originated from the eruption of Anak Krakatau, a volcanic island in the Sunda Strait. The eruption triggered a landslide that caused a portion of the island to collapse into the sea, creating a massive wave that swept across the coasts of Java and Sumatra. The tsunami struck without warning, catching many residents and tourists off guard. The wave reached heights of up to 6 meters in some areas, causing widespread devastation. Entire villages were destroyed, and over 430 people lost their lives. Hundreds of others were injured, and thousands of people were displaced from their homes. The disaster caused by the tsunami was compounded by the fact that it occurred during the holiday season, when many people were visiting the affected areas. The lack of warning systems and emergency preparedness also contributed to the high death toll. In the aftermath of the disaster, rescue teams and aid organizations worked tirelessly to provide assistance to those affected. The Indonesian government declared a state of emergency and allocated funds for the relief effort. However, the scale of the destruction was immense, and it took many months for affected communities to recover. The 2018 Indonesian tsunami serves as a reminder of the importance of disaster preparedness and early warning systems, particularly in areas that are prone to natural disasters. On April 5, 2011, like any other day, many people in China came to spend time by the shore of the ocean. But the ocean was not calm that day, as large waves emerged from the sea. However, the locals could not anticipate the impending danger. Therefore, they did not turn their attention toward the high waves, but instead, looked toward the water. After a few moments, a giant wave took on a terrifying shape and headed toward the people. As a result, the peaceful environment was transformed into chaos for a brief period. However, surprisingly, there was no damage or casualties caused by this massive wave that day. The tsunami that struck India on December 26, 2004, was caused by a massive undersea earthquake off the coast of Indonesia. The earthquake, which measured 9.1 on the Richter scale, occurred at 7:59 a.m. local time and sent powerful shockwaves through the ocean, creating massive waves that spread out across the Indian Ocean. As the tsunami approached the Indian coastline, it picked up speed and power, reaching heights of up to 30 meters in some areas. The waves crashed into the coastal regions of Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Andhra Pradesh, causing widespread destruction and loss of life. The worst-hit areas were the low-lying coastal regions, where entire villages were swept away by the force of the waves. The disaster caused by the tsunami was catastrophic, with over 14,000 people losing their lives in India alone. The damage to property and infrastructure was equally severe, with entire towns and villages wiped out by the force of the waves. The disaster also had a profound psychological impact on the survivors, many of whom lost their homes, loved ones, and livelihoods. In the aftermath of the disaster, the Indian government and international aid agencies worked together to provide relief and support to the affected communities. The focus was on providing food, water, shelter, and medical care to the survivors, as well as helping them rebuild their homes and livelihoods. The disaster also led to significant changes in the way that governments and aid agencies respond to natural disasters, with increased emphasis on disaster preparedness and response planning. The tsunami that struck Japan on March 11, 2011, was triggered by a massive 9.0 magnitude earthquake that occurred off the coast of Honshu Island. The earthquake, one of the strongest ever recorded, caused the ocean floor to shift, creating a massive wave that raced toward the Japanese coast at a speed of over 500 miles per hour. The tsunami struck Japan's northeast coast with devastating force, causing widespread destruction and loss of life. The wave reached heights of up to 40 meters in some areas, sweeping away entire villages and leaving behind a trail of destruction. The disaster caused by the tsunami was catastrophic. The final death toll was over 15,000, with thousands more injured and missing. The destruction was widespread, with entire towns and villages wiped out by the wave. The infrastructure of the region was severely damaged, with roads, bridges, and buildings destroyed or severely damaged. The disaster also had a significant impact on the country's economy, with damages estimated to be around $235 billion. The Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant was severely damaged by the tsunami, leading to a nuclear crisis that required extensive cleanup and containment efforts. The aftermath of the tsunami brought the world together in support of Japan. Countries from all over the globe sent aid and assistance to help with the cleanup and rebuilding efforts. Despite the massive losses suffered, the people of Japan have shown remarkable resilience and determination in rebuilding their communities and their country. The tsunami that struck Indonesia on December 26, 2004, is one of the deadliest natural disasters in recorded history. The origin of this devastating event was a 9.1 magnitude earthquake that occurred off the west coast of Sumatra, Indonesia. The earthquake, which lasted for nearly 10 minutes, caused a rupture along a fault line that stretched for 1,200 kilometers, triggering a series of massive waves that swept across the Indian Ocean at a speed of up to 800 kilometers per hour. The waves struck the Indonesian province of Aceh, located on the northern tip of Sumatra, within minutes of the earthquake. The tsunami caused widespread destruction, with entire villages and towns wiped out in a matter of minutes. The disaster claimed the lives of more than 230,000 people in 14 countries, with the majority of the fatalities occurring in Indonesia. The devastation caused by the tsunami was unimaginable. Entire communities were wiped out, leaving survivors to search for loved ones among the rubble and debris. Many were injured, while others were left homeless and without access to basic necessities such as food and clean water. The disaster also had a significant impact on the local economy, with fishing and tourism industries decimated. The international response to the disaster was swift, with aid and support pouring in from around the world. The scale of the destruction caused by the tsunami, however, meant that the recovery effort was a long and challenging process, with many communities taking years to rebuild. The disaster also highlighted the importance of disaster preparedness and early warning systems, with efforts made in subsequent years to improve the ability of communities to respond to such events in the future. Guys, we have come to the end of the video. Thank you for watching the video for so long patiently. If you like this video, you can like and comment, and if you want to see such strange and interesting videos, you can subscribe to our channel and ring the bell icon next to it. See you in the next video. Until then, stay healthy, stay well. Thank you.